How fares your training, my friend? I imagine you've grown quite accustomed to the shift between spellcraft and swordplay by now. I will continue to instruct you, but as I have said before, practical experience will serve you far better than any tiresome lecture. It is important that you treat every battle as an opportunity to learn. Speaking of which, Father Iliad mentioned that he had something he wished to discuss regarding our sigil-branded ambushers. Let's head inside, shall we? I may be ashamed that it did not occur to me earlier, but I recall an incident that may be connected to this dreadful cult. A merchant's son was kidnapped in Ulda some moons ago. When the merchant came forth to pay the ransom, however, both father and child were murdered. The perpetrators of this terrible act were never unmasked, but evidence at the scene suggests the two were slain by thaumaturgy. What is more, this merchant was a native of Alamigo. Is this not also true of the father of the girls you rescued? Aye, he is Alamegan born, a man by the name of Wilkin, so his wife told me. Could he have been the true target of the kidnappers? We must speak with Master Wilkin at once. There are too many similarities in these cases to ignore, and I would not put it past his cult to make a direct attempt on his life. In anticipation of such action, I inquired after Master Wilkin's trading itinerary. It seems he is presently conducting business at the Manderville Gold Saucer, delivering stock for game prices or some such. Very resourceful of you, Father. Thank you. Come see me. The Gold Saucer awaits. Good, I gotta buy my tickets. I'm actually going to the Gold Saucer for the quest. That's cool. Don't mind if I do. That was bad. But I don't want to work in the silver mines, the kid says. My apologies, Zening. I neglected to ask if you were a patron of these halls, but we are here now, and Master Wilkin is still occupied with his trade. I am tempted to eavesdrop on his dealings to learn what manner of man we are saving. Let us play the part of happy gamblers and wander by his meeting in the Manderville Lounge to look for the wonderfully hideous golden statue. Place. There's our Master Wilkin. Thank you again. We'll make the most of this gift, I promise you. Back straight and head up now, lad, or folk will become suspicious. You've done naught wrong besides the fairest. The coin is fair gotten, freely given. Fuck are you talking about, you sketchball? The young man he was talking to, he is known to me. One of the lads belonged to the Alamegan Resistance, if I'm not mistaken. Well, this is clearly more than some simple business deal, but why waste time on suppositions when we can speak with the merchant himself, eh? Yeah, exactly. Shut up and let's go. Mistress Zening and Master Xerhoon, glad I am for this chance to thank you in person for the kindness you showed my daughters. A father Iliad sent word to expect you. He also mentioned that the danger to my family is not yet past. You suspect that I have been marked for assassination. I. You have any idea of why? Say retaliation for funneling funds to the Alamegan Resistance under the guise of standard business dealings? Smirk. I thought as much. I recognize your client as one of the young freedom fighters I'd seen in Gurabania. Oh, rest assured that your secrets are safe with us. I myself have spent the better part of my life aiding the resistance. Your dealings do, however, seem to have drawn some rather unpleasant attention. Very well, you saved my children's lives, and so I will trust you with the truth. Many Alamegan refugees are employed here at the Gold Saucer, in no small part due to the wishes of the establishment's owner, Lord Godbert Manderville. Several of these employees have direct ties to the resistance. The young man you saw being one such conduit. As to why I meet them here, well, it is a matter of hiding the trees within the forest. There was also another incident not so long ago where the son of an Alamegan-born merchant was kidnapped by a cadre of mages. When the father attempted to pay the ransom, the fiends slew both parent and child. I fear this scenario was one they hoped to repeat with you. Yes, a terrible turn of events that was. I did not know the merchant personally, but I knew of his efforts. He, too, was said to have supported the resistance with the fortune he made in Ul'dah. And there we have our connection. They seek to eradicate resistance sympathizers. I sense the hand of the Empire behind this cabal. But the assassins themselves favor magic, so they are unlikely to be native Garlands. The puppeteer could very well be a hired killer, or mayhap a recruit from a subjugated province. We shall learn the truth in due time. For now, however, we must take steps to keep you alive. Lord Manderville is a member of the Syndicate, and the Gold Saucer is his domain. Striking at me here would be difficult, to say the least. I do, however, have pressing business to attend to in Vesper Bay in the coming days. Vesper Bay, huh? Given its peculiar approach, I could think of a dozen places from which assassins could stage an ambush. Might you entrust your safety to Zening and me? Together we will prove more than a match for any ambushers, and it would also afford us greater insight into our foe. Aye, you certainly appear capable. Then it's settled. Let us travel to Vesper Bay and scour the area. I fucking hate going to Vesper Bay. That's cool. Looks like my armor from Star Wars Online. Star Wars The Old Republic, whatever the fuck it's called. I made a pizza an hour ago, fuck. Good to hear. Master Wilkin has begun his overland trek from Ul'dah. Before he left, I asked a good merchant to discuss his travel arrangements with less than his usual discretion. Assuming the assassins have eyes and ears on their target, we can assume they will have moved to occupy the most favorable sites. Now, if I were intent on murdering a lone traveler, I would choose one of the two options. The first being the alleys here in Vesper Bay, and the second being the long, dark tunnel leading into town. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I propose we split up and secure both areas. I will take the back streets. You can have the old mining shaft, of course, you coward. Sweep the tunnel clean of ambushes, then meet me back here when you are sure the route is safe. Yep, of course. I had to throw up on that guy real quick. Oh, it's a buffalo dick. Fuck off, you dumb paralysis, bitch. Fuck off. How are you supposed to fucking keep yourself healed with this class? It's like no shield or anything. What the fuck is moving in? Why is that not on my bar? This action cannot be. What? Two more levels will get my heal. Why wasn't that on my... Oh, it is on my bar. Defeated their ambush, did you? Well done. As you can see, they had a second group waiting in the wings. Your opponents were the same mute attackers as before. Yes, I pity these cursed pawns, but we cannot let mercy stay our hands. They're a little different from the Walking Dead, and no art can restore them. I did, however, allow one to escape my blade. Why, you fucking prick? On purpose, of course. He seemed eager to disengage, and so I obliged. He limped off towards the coast, but the wound I gave him, he'll not have fled far. I will track this last assassin to his destination. Pray you remain here and greet Master Wilkin. He should be arriving through your secured tunnel. Oh, good, he's here. Ah, Mr. Zening, here I am with nary a scratch upon my person. My deepest thanks. You have saved my family, and for that I can never truly repay you, but I must at least try. Pray share this gift with Master Exerhoon. My supplier will be waiting, so I must take my leave of you. May now enrich you and bless your endeavors. No, you dumb prick. Stay your ass here. You've had a stroke of luck. The man I followed leapt into the sea and was fished out by others in a rowboat. I last saw them making for a merchantman anchored out in the bay. Considering the absence of fear, I must assume the one who fled had been commanded to report the outcome of the ambush. If we can identify the ship, then we will be one step to unmasking this vile puppeteer, and then we can, another token from the esteemed Master Wilkin. What the hell is it? How kind that he seeks to reward us. Ah, and there's a note here as well addressed to us both. You have my eternal gratitude. Twice has my life been saved by Red Mages, and twice by one in particular. Mayhap you remember the day 20 years ago when the Crimson Duelists fought to save the life of a child. I remember you, Master Exerhoon, for your scarlet garb was forever etched into my memory. 'Tis a strange feeling to be recognized for a decades-old deed. Had he not known me, would he have been so ready to place his life in our hands, I wonder? Aside from a few wrinkles, I suppose I have changed little in my appearance. I was clothed thus when we worked to evacuate our fellow Alamegans, even as the homeland we knew crumbled around us. But in the end, it is the lives that matter, not the place. Regardless of the circumstances, a Red Mage must strive to achieve the greatest good. So I have always believed. Our actions are our own reward, but a little acknowledgement does wonders to sustain one's faith.